Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to meeting North Penn School District Board of School Directors. I believe we have the news and, right? Okay, let's watch that.
Hello and welcome to this North Penn News Update. I'm Emily Miller. Superintendent Kurt Dietrich hosted a community forum last week on the 2013-2014 budget. State Representatives Matt Bradford, Kate Harper, and Todd Stevens participated in a panel discussion on the challenges of the budget from the state perspective. The evening allowed the public to ask questions regarding the budget process and to understand the challenges the district faces to balance the budget. North Penn High School senior Matt Najeko had the honor of accepting the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency 2013 Energy Star Partner of the Year Award. North Penn was recognized for strategically managing and improving the energy efficiency of its entire building portfolio. District board members, administrators, staff, and students were on hand at the award ceremony in Washington, D.C. last month to accept the award on behalf of the district. With prom season in full swing and summer right around the corner, North Penn High School seniors were reminded of making wise decisions through a DUI reenactment. Organized by the Safe Schools Task Force, local first responders provided the students a real-life view of the consequences of driving under the influence. Third grade students at Gwinnett Square are embracing technology in their classroom. E-learning coach Brett Baker and teacher Susan Marks led students through lessons on iPads that allowed each student to be actively involved in the lesson at hand. Over at Penndale Middle School, 9th grade physical science students put Newton's laws to the test through rocket launching. Connecting the relationship between force, mass, and acceleration, the students used algebra and science to determine the height of their launches. And finally, we have two great honors for the North Penn School District to pass on to you. First, the Washington Post has once again named North Penn High School as one of the most challenging high schools in the United States, marking the third year in a row the high school has received this recognition. And the National Association of Music Merchants has recognized the North Penn School District for its outstanding commitment to music education with the Best Communities for Music Education recognition. North Penn is just one of 360 districts recognized nationwide. That is all for this North Penn News Update. I'm Emily Miller. Have a great night.
Welcome to our regularly scheduled action meeting. This meeting is being videotaped for community cable channels. Individuals attending this meeting and intending to speak to the board should be aware that they are being videotaped. In order to meet the requirements of Pennsylvania's Sunshine Law, it is necessary to record the names of all citizens who speak to the board during the meeting. To assure compliance with this requirement, it is essential that those planning to address the board come to the microphone, state their name and address, and sign the Audience of Citizens logbook. Members of the audience are asked to limit their questions and comments. To allow time for all those who wish to speak to the board president may ask the individual to yield the microphone to the next speaker. And now, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Pretty good news of talented musical program in Washington Post, and it all that credit goes to the staff and the teachers and the administration. You all do a great job. Very proud to be part of it. This evening, before we begin our meeting and Audience of Citizens, we have proclamations. We've got some talented students that are going to come out and we're going to meet. So come on out. First is the girls' indoor track team.
I'm Coach Richard Swanker, and tonight I'm introducing you the state placing indoor girls track team. Girls track, winter track is outdoor practice. All meets are indoors. And this year we have 4 ladies who placed at the state meet. First up is Sydney Jakes. Sydney was a 60-meter hurdler. You can go. Placing 7th at the indoor state meet. She set a new school record in the 60-meter hurdles.
Sydney Jackson, you know what? He gives me grief all the time when I try to do that, and he got it wrong the first time. Congratulations, Sydney. Pleasure.
And she is our MVP for the indoor season.
All right.
The remaining 4 girls are on a 4x8 relay team. First up is Phoebe Klauser. Phoebe is a 9th grader, and she is our high scorer indoors for 9th graders. Second up is Rachel Overholzer. She is a 12th grader and a 4-year letter winner for indoor track.
Congratulations.
Then we have Ali Valente. Ali is the 10th grade high scorer for indoor season. And finally, Melanie Velasic. She is the 11th grade high scorer for the indoor track season. The 4x8 placed 8th at the indoor state meet.
Way to go, ladies. Why don't y'all come around and everybody has congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Congratulations. Yeah. Thanks again. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thanks. Thank you, sir. You're doing a great job. Thank you, Coach. Thank you very much. Great job. This is for you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Another round, folks. All right. Next up is the boys' indoor track team.
Good evening. My name is Jonathan Fluck. I'm an assistant track coach for these outstanding boys here. They did an outstanding indoor meet. These 8 student athletes do an excellent job of representing North Penn both on and off the track. They went up to the indoor state meet and came home with a bunch of medals. First up is Daniel Boardman. He tied 8th in the high jump. He's also an outstanding student. He's in the top 10 of the senior class at North Penn High School. He's undecided right now, but is leaning towards the Lehigh. Next up is James DeSimone. He ran on the 4x2 that took 12th place and the 4x4 meter relay that took 7th place, and he'll be attending University of South Florida next year.
All right.
Next up is Vincent Esposito. He placed 5th in the pole vault and ran on the 7th place 4x400 meter relay. And right now he's attending University of South Carolina and is planning on vaulting there.
Very good.
Next up is our MVP from the indoor season. He ran on both the 4x8 meter relay that took 6th place and the 4x4 that took 7th place.
Riley?
And he is possibly running at Penn State next year.
And
Riley
his name
Gabler.
is?
Riley Gabler.
All right.
Oops, sorry.
Thank you, Ron. Congratulations.
This microphone. Next up is Ryan Grace. He ran on the 4x800 meter relay that took 6th overall. He's just a junior, and we are looking forward to him next season. Next up is another junior, Joseph Laconi. He also ran on that 6th place 4x800 meter relay, and we are definitely looking forward to him next season.
Great job. Thanks. We'll see you again next year.
Next up is senior Jack McCauley. He ran on the 6th place 4x800 meter relay. He actually ran the second half of the season with mono and was undiagnosed until after the season. So he had an awesome season running through mono the entire time. And he'll be running at Columbia next year.
Great job.
And lastly, we have Eric Rothenberger, a junior. He was on the 7th place 4x400 meter relay and the 12th place 4x200 meter relay. And he'll be back next season, which is nice.
Good. We'll see you back there, too. There you go. Come on around, gang. Join him, Coach. Okay.
All right.
Congratulations. Congratulations, guys. Great job, guys. Great job. Congratulations again. Great job. Congratulations. Great job. Congratulations. Great job. Congratulations. Great job, man. Good job. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. These are compliments of Mr. Boardman. These are highlights from the indoor season state meet.
Fantastic, great.
cool.
This is for you, Coach, good job, and if you could take care of your
Absolutely.
colleague, thank you.
All right, great, thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Another one. Thank you, gang. You know, next up, we've got the girls' basketball team. And very quickly, you may see this again on the channels, cable channels, Friday, April 19th, 7:30, Monday, April 26th, I'm sorry, Monday, April 22nd, 12:30 and 7:30, Tuesday, April 23rd, 12:30, 7:30, Wednesday, April 24th, 12:30. To the extent people still have VCRs or DVDs or whatever anymore, so. Good
Yes,
evening.
Good evening. I am Coach Maggie DeMartelier, and this season we had a season filled with many happy memories. Our basketball team won the conference for the first time in over 15 years, and we also won our first 2 rounds of state playoffs, making it to the quarterfinals, which is a first also. And integral to our team's success was our senior Lauren Chrysler. Lauren also, she was the captain of our team, MVP of our team. She made first team All-State, which is also a first for North Penn girls basketball. She scored 1,000 points this year. She was our leading rebounder, our leading scorer. I think I said that already.
It's okay.
But
Sounds
one of
good.
the one of the things I remember when I first started coaching here, and in the summer of 2008, when Lauren would have been heading into 8th grade, we were up at team camp at Alvernia, and a coach from another team came up to me and said, "Oh, do you know this girl you're getting?" And I said, "No, I don't know her." And she said, "Lauren Chrysler." She said, "She can do everything." And she really can. And her loyalty to our program has been amazing. And I know that she will represent North Penn very well as she goes to American University and takes her talents there.
Very well. Very well done.
Did I hear you right, 1,000 points
Yes.
Yes, 1161 to be exact.
in one season?
No.
Oh, okay.
For her career. For her
Okay.
career.
I'm sorry.
That would
I'm glad
have been
Coach, you had an issue too. You're walking well now these days?
I am.
So you can follow Lauren? Okay. Go on.
Congratulations.
Congratulations again. Best of luck next year at AU.
You're doing a great job. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. You're doing a great job. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thanks again, Lauren. Good job. Okay, last but not least, certainly, is the girls swimming and diving team.
Well, they're
Come
doing
on
that.
out, ladies.
I used to run the 880 in
I don't
high
believe it.
school. That's what I'm trying to say here. Those boys got to keep running or they're going to turn into
Is that,
something like this.
that's why I don't
So,
believe it. See, man.
Good evening. I just want to first start off by introducing myself. My name is Kate Wynn, and I am the assistant swim coach for the North Penn High School girls swimming. And I also first want to start off by thanking everybody, especially taking the time out to thank our school board for recognizing our hard work and accomplishments for our 2012 and 2013 swimming and diving season. Our success is not only a result of the team's hard work, but it is largely because of the support of our district, parents, and community. And for that, we thank you and are very grateful. So tonight, the following student athletes are here tonight to be recognized for their accomplishments for our successful season. This season, we were District 1 champs, and we also finished third at the PIAA state meet. So our first student athlete is Amy Bauer. And she is a she's a freshman and district qualifier. We next have Leah Brown, who is also a freshman and district qualifier.
Wow. Congratulations, Leah. See you next year.
Our next athlete is Olivia DeStefano, and she is a district and state qualifier, and she also was a member of the 200 and 400 freestyle relays that set a new district record.
right.
We have Rebecca Hoke. She is a senior, one of our captains. She's also a 4-year letter recipient and also a district qualifier. Next, we have Erin O'Neill. Erin is also a freshman. She also was a district and state qualifier. She was a member of our 200 and 400 freestyle relays that set the new district record.
Thank you, Erin. Sorry. My assistant. We'll have to do something about that, assistant.
Next is Brittany Patterson. She is also one of our seniors. She was our captain. She also is a 4-year letter recipient and was a member of our district and state qualifying team. Next, we have Shannon Quinn, who was also a freshman district qualifier.
Congratulations. We'll see you next year.
We have Tara Rogers, who was our MVP this year, who was a district and state qualifier. And she was also a member of our 200 and 400 freestyle relay teams that set that new district record.
All right. Well done.
We have Maddie Tanis, which is one of our divers, who was a sophomore who was a district qualifier. And state qualifier, sorry. District and state qualifier. And we have Maria Jacopino. She is a freshman, a district and state qualifier, and she was the only freshman to make it into districts and states. And she placed second at the state meet as a freshman diver. So.
All right.
So this is our 2012-2013 team, and we look forward to our season next year also.
We do too. Come on,
Thank
ladies.
you.
Great. Come on around. Congratulations. Great job. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you, ladies. Great job. Congratulations again. Great job. Congratulations. Great job. Thanks. Congratulations. 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 Doing a great job. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Coach, thank you. Can you
Thank
get
you
these
so
to
much.
the ladies that
Yes,
were unable
I
to come?
can. Thank you.
Thank you.
so much for everything.
Thank you so much.
Another quick round. Thank you, ladies. Great job. Okay. Good things just keep happening in North Penn School District.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay, folks, we're ready to start a regular meeting. Anyone want to address the board this evening? Audience citizens, it's your turn. Come on up.
Good evening. My name is Shannon Snyder. I have 3 children at General Nash, and I am on the Home and School Board there. I am here tonight to express my profound disappointment in the new policy which prohibits schools from having Halloween parades and holiday shops during school hours. It may seem like a small issue to you all, but to us and our kids it's not. Rather, it is yet another activity which fosters creativity and a sense of community taken away. In this age of high-stakes standardized tests, which in my opinion serve to overstress and undermine the confidence of our children, how can it be justified to take away activities which make them want to go to school and enjoy school? They spend hours and hours preparing for and taking these tests, and yet 30 minutes for a Halloween parade is wasted instructional time. Our Halloween parade at Nash creates a sense of community and pride among not only the students, teachers, and faculty, but also among the parents. There's a direct link between parental involvement and academic success. Our parade encourages parental involvement, something that is difficult to do in today's world of necessary high security and Raptor systems. It is not clear to me, at least, what the reasoning behind it is. It is stated that it's about the protection of instructional time, yet is in the guidelines for religious and cultural celebrations. If indeed about instructional time, how can you ignore the positive impact that parental involvement has on your students? If about the religious or cultural element, it seems that you're bending over backwards to accommodate the wishes of a few families who are intolerant of hundreds of others. This district is huge. Our schools are so diverse. A Halloween parade and holiday shop works well at our school, while it may not at others. Other schools have events that don't work well at ours. We are not a district of cookie-cutter schools, and I don't think we should be treated as such. Finally, I would like to say that I'm just tired. I'm tired of wondering what's going to be cut next. In the beginning of the year, it was the Young Authors Conference, which is a whole nother story. Now it's Halloween parades and holiday shops. I was at the coordinating council meeting last month, in which the draft of this policy was handed out. You asked for input, took the drafts back, and then seemed to ignore the very input you had asked for. Every year you rely more and more on home and schools, yet these very types of decisions serve only to alienate them. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening. My name is Paul Edelman. I'm a resident of Upper Gwynedd. I have 2 children at Gwynedd Square Elementary School. Just have a question in regards to the status of the principal position without, I know you can't give details as to the current principal there. Mrs. Coffey is fitting in very nicely. She's got a dynamite personality, but Mrs. Coffey now becomes our 3rd principal in less than a year. The sudden change has concerned quite a few parents, especially since it occurred during or just at the start of the PSSAs. So parents are wondering what the status is of the principal position at Gwynedd Square. What will the long-term plans be for the principal position at Gwynedd Square? And among bus stop chatter, if there is a long-term plan in the works, if there was any way that parents could have an opportunity somewhere in the process of selecting the long-term solution to avoid children having to deal with the multiple turnover recently experienced during these PSSAs.
Now, you realize, Mr. Enlin, that audience of citizens is an opportunity for you to comment, not to ask questions. And you're asking a very sensitive question that involves matters of personnel that I don't think it's appropriate for us to comment. I don't think we can comment, but.
Fair enough.
I mean, thank you.
Now I drop.
Good evening. My name is Josie Charnock. I live at 207 Federal Court in Hartleysville. I have a comment and a question. I would like to commend the school board and the administration for the community forum last week. It's important to keep the community informed on what affects our school district, and that there is transparency in the legislative process. I think it would be good to have these types of forums on a periodic basis. Also, as the former chairperson of ARC, I would like to know if there's been any update on or any progress on advertising.
I will say the same thing I just said to Mr. Edelman. It is an opportunity to speak, not to pepper us with questions. Unless somebody has, can answer that, that's a rather benign question, I guess. But
I met with Christine today on a different matter, and she was telling me that there are people that are, signing up for things and purchasing things, so it's going well. Slow, but going well.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't mean to be the, the Grinch, but it is supposed to be comments, not questions, so. And since I'm president tonight, that's what we're going to do. All right, sounds like, anybody else? Nobody else? All right. Recommend approval of minutes from the 1006th action meeting held on March 21st, 2013, and a work session held on April 9th, 2013, as circulated.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. O'Donnell, second by Mr. Sullivan. Comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Committee reports. I understand that we didn't have a whole lot of action, so I'm not sure. Is it sports services?
Over here.
Did we? Okay, Mr.
Well,
Mascalco. Thank
we
you.
actually didn't have a meeting last month, so the Support Services Committee has not met since the last board meeting. The committee asked for your support, though, for the change orders on tonight's agenda and the easement agreement with North Penn Water Authority to install new and additional water mains on the Knapp School property. The next meeting of the Support Services Committee is scheduled for Monday, April 29th at 6 p.m. Here at the Educational Services Center. End of report.
Can I just
Thank you,
ask a
Rick.
question?
Any, sure, questions,
My
comments? for
wife
Rick?
works at the Water Authority. Do I have to abstain from that vote?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Education Community Policy.
Thank you, Mr. Kerr. We did meet on Monday, April 8th, 2013. The topics on the meeting agenda included 2013 summer programs, textbook adoptions, and the application for the continuation of the Keystone to Opportunity Grant. As the district does every summer, enrichment and remedial courses will be offered in 2013. However, this summer there are two changes in course offerings. Additional courses providing instruction in Algebra 1, Biology, and English Literature will be offered in preparation for the Keystone exam that will be administered on August 1st. Another change affects the elementary summer reading program, which will be supported by district funds rather than those of Title I. Students will participate in this program for 2.5 hours each day that it is in session, which is an increase from previous years. This will equate to a total of 47.5 hours of instruction for students. The annual summer library program will be located at Culp Elementary on Tuesdays from 9 a.m. to noon, and at Walton Farm Elementary on Thursdays from 9 a.m. to noon. The libraries will be open for 5 weeks beginning July 2nd and continuing through August 1st. Another agenda item focused on the requested textbook adoption for a new elementary mathematics curriculum and program that will be implemented in grades K through 3 in 2013 through 14. The new elementary mathematics curriculum and related textbook adoption are based upon the PA Common Core standards in mathematics and reflect the new expectations for student knowledge and performance in that subject area. Also, the committee reviewed a recommendation to adopt novels for middle school and high school English courses. These novels will increase text complexity options for both independent and guided reading at the secondary level, as well as increase student interest in reading materials. The textbooks and novels are available for public review. The district will also be applying for renewal of its participation in the Keystone to Opportunity Grant for the 2013-14 school year. These grant funds may be renewed for up to 5 years contingent upon funding by the U.S. Department of Education. Funding from this grant is to be used to address the literacy needs of all children by providing resources and supports for teachers to improve their skills in incorporating literacy strategies into their instruction. The next ECP committee meeting will be held on Monday, May 13th at 6:30 p.m. In the ESC. Thank you.
Thank you. Comprehensive report. Thanks. Any questions, comments for Ms. Leonard? Okay.
Can I make one more comment, though? Just,
Sure.
I understand that the summer library program will be at Culp and Walton Farm. I also would encourage everybody in the community to please use your public libraries, the Lansdale Library and the North Wales Area Library. They are, ready and willing to help with all summer programs. So thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Ms. Murphy and North Penn Educational Foundation.
And our big gala is coming up.
Coming up.
Cinco de Mayo, silent auction and fiesta on May 5th.
Did you bring that hat out there that's sitting in the lobby? Is that right?
No.
All right. little festive, and all right, you gonna wear it? My gosh, it's bigger than you are.
But I have our board basket ready.
Take
You'll
a
be
picture.
surprised what's in it. Yeah.
Okay.
In less than 3 weeks, RSVPs are coming, and we are very excited for all the items that will be available for bid and up for the raffles on that evening. Exciting items include a vacation stay anywhere in the world, jewelry, designer handbags, and even a child's birthday party at the NPHS Planetarium. We hope to raise upwards of $15,000. Remember, our honorees this year are Don Reevy from Verizon, alumnus Jim Finnemeyer, and educator Stephen Frederick, and the entire NPSD Technology and Engineering Education Department. And as we know, they do a lot around here. At the last meeting, trustees approved $18,000 for the first round of grants in the 2013-14 school year. More than 25 proposals have been received from educators throughout the school district, and these proposals will be reviewed very shortly. Recipients will be notified by the end of the school year. Remember that in addition to this, the foundation typically grants a second cycle of programs midway through the year. The success of the gala is critical to mid-year grants for next year. Since my last report, the foundation's executive director, Christine Liberowski, attended and coordinated a meeting among other executive directors. A big topic of discussion is the Educational Improvement Tax Credit, the EITC program, and how foundations like ours can secure more of this funding. The foundation is looking to gear up in its efforts in the area. In grant news, I'd like to highlight a grant that we recently supported that may all sound familiar to you from your childhood. Students at Walton Farm Elementary School became familiar with how the chick embryo develops and eventually hatches. They studied posters, books, searched the internet, and observed actual eggs incubating in their classrooms. The eggs were even handled to see the chick developing. The students were responsible for caring for the eggs as they developed and witnessed firsthand the hatching of the chicks. They also cared for them the first days of their lives, and then I don't know what happened to them. The foundation believes that...
Breakfast.
That wasn't added. Well, I couldn't resist. I mean, the foundation believes that real-life experiences such as this, in combination with the latest technology, are vital to our students' success. And again, this is what makes school fun. So though technology may change and the demands on the student day may increase with testing and instruction, our classroom projects continue to engage our children in learning with interactive lessons they will remember a lifetime. I want to thank the teachers who offered this opportunity to their students and the thousands of foundation supporters who fund projects like this every year. If you have any questions about the foundation, can you contact Christine Liberowski at the ESC? I just want to thank her whole staff. They work very hard. They do so much. And the gala is really a huge project, and I hope that you'll all come and join us for the fun. Thank you.
One comment, the kids' birthday bash at the planetarium, you can be an old kid, I hope, right?
I would hope, yeah.
I was not just limited to kids. I mean, I can imagine, I wouldn't mind having my next birthday party at the planetarium.
We'll plan that, Tim.
Okay.
Can
All right.
you see you sitting in the seat? Happy birthday.
I can do that. All right, any other comments, questions for Mrs. Murphy, Foundation? Thank you. Finance, who has finance tonight? Is that Joe? Okay.
Yeah, we did not have a meeting in March. We canceled the meeting, and our next meeting has been changed from Wednesday, April 24th to Tuesday, April 23rd. And the report.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sullivan. Mr. O'Donnell, Safe Schools, report tonight? Report, you have one?
Yeah, Safe
Thank
Schools. Basically the same as Finance, we did not have a meeting. The next meeting will be on Thursday, April 25th, 6 p.m. at the EOC. I want one comment. Today was the DUI reenactment at the high school. They did a great job. And I'd just like to go on and thank everybody who participated, the NPV students. I think you were there, right? Yeah, you were right in front of me. She did a great job on the camera. The other students who were there, we had other employees that did a great job, the Telmus and Fire Department, several local police departments, Judge Duffy. There was an ADA from the county, and I didn't get his name. And also the students who participated really did a great job. I think they were being coached by the police departments when they were being arrested on how to act, during the sobriety test and whatnot. But it was a great event. And I just want to thank everybody for participating. Thank you. End of report.
You need to focus that camera over on her when we point her out.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Next time. Rarely does the camera person get the cameo, but we tried. Personnel Committee. Well, any questions, comments for Safe Schools tonight? Okay, thank you, Mr. Donald. Personnel Committee met in executive session April 2nd, 2013, from 5 to 6 p.m. to discuss matters of personnel, negotiations, and potential litigation. That's the end of the report. And you can't comment, and I can't answer questions anyhow, so we won't even go there. North Monco Technical Center, Mr. Sullivan.
Yeah, we met, our last meeting was Monday. We accepted the retirement date for Miss Reba, who's the controller there, that did a lot of really nice things there, and she'll be retiring. I lose the date, that it doesn't come to me, but I believe it's May, is her official date, but she's actually finishing out some things, so, yeah, and we decided to go with the outsource the controller's function to the IU in Montgomery County. It would save us about half, 50% savings on the cost of the job, of the function. Plus, the IU has a lot more resources than what the North Monco Votech School has. For example, they have a human resource department. If there's a human resource question, the controller can go right to the human resource department in IU and answer the question, where Reba used to have to go research it herself. And so there's some efficiencies there and some economies of scale that will work well. And we're hoping that it's a nice marriage, and it's a one-year contract. So if it doesn't work out at the end of a year, we can both go our separate ways and look for another, maybe hire someone full-time or whatever. And that was the bulk of the meeting. End of the report.
Thank you, Ms. Sullivan. Comments, questions for Ms. Sullivan? And Monco? Okay. IU, Mrs. Murphy.
Yes. The MCIU met on March 27th, 2013. Many concerns for the Montgomery County school districts are centered around legislation. Tina Valletto of the IU enlightened the board on the legislative agenda of Pennsylvania. PA was the last state to apply for the SEA waiver, which will give the state more flexibility in the No Child Left Behind, but we finally did it at the very last second. Sequestration is also a concern. Districts should budget 5.3% less in their school budgets due to the reduction of federal funding. I'm sure Mr. Schock is aware of that. House Bill 618 and 759 are also of interest. North Penn had their own forum last week to also inform our community about the changes, and I thought the forum also was very, very, very well done. The energy buying group was also highlighted, and the IU does a lot to help districts save money by putting things together. Districts who are currently participating in the MCIU electricity buying group met a few weeks again to review the current program and add recommendations to moving forward. Currently, the group is using the portfolio product through Direct Energy to make electricity purchases. A steering committee from the group review pricing and make recommendations in conjunction with a portfolio strategist from Direct Energy. And I'm going to quote our own Thomas Snyder, who has also thinks that what the IU does is very important. Tom Snyder from the North Penn School District says, this allows school districts the ability to assess their own risk tolerance to make a financial decision while observing the actions of the remainder of the group. With the inclusion of education, the risk adverse may take advantage of expenditure reducing methods, which could ultimately benefit their districts, and I think we've seen that here. Obviously, we won the award. This is nothing short of out-of-the-box rethinking that could benefit Montgomery County school districts and any other that may want to join the most progressive electricity purchasing consortium in the Commonwealth. As the program develops, I will provide additional updates to the IU.
Now, was that a prepared statement, or was that that was a pretty good statement?
Yeah, I thought since it was a North Penn person, it was worth repeating. The IU continues to strive to be of service to all Montgomery County schools, both public and private. Respectfully submitted, Carolyn Murphy.
Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Joe, I think would like to have one of those prepared statements that he gets to read. It was good. I agree. All three reports from that side of the board were very informative and very good. Thank you very much, ladies. Okay, superintendent's report.
Thank you, Mr. President. Recommend approval of an expulsion for student number 041813-1, whose name is on file in the Office of the Superintendent. Student and parents have waived their right to an expulsion hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Sullivan, second by Mr. O'Donnell. Questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Hold on a minute.
Sure.
Please. I did neglect to note that we did meet in executive session this evening, April 18th, from 7 to 7:30 to discuss matters of personnel, potential litigation. Thank you. Sorry about that. Excuse me.
No
Okay.
problem. Thank you. Recommend approval of settlement agreements for students number 041813-2, 041813-3, and 0418-813-4, whose names are on file in the Office of the Superintendent.
So moved.
Excuse me, did you say 5?
No, we are removing 5
three.
from the agenda and just
Okay.
doing 2, 3, and 4 tonight.
Should I be so moved?
No, we have a motion by Ms. Murphy. Anybody second? Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second. Ms. Leonard, thank you. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Recommend approval of amended board policy number 4271, drug and alcohol testing, Transportation Department, and amended board policy number 5140, student wellness, per item number 20-13, A through E.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. O'Donnell, second by Ms. Leonard. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Recommend approval of change order number P-2 for Cook Service Company Incorporated for the North Penn High School hot water heater replacement project at an increased cost of $4,347.54 as listed per item number 24-13.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Maniscalco, second by Mr. O'Donnell. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Recommend approval of an easement agreement with the North Penn Water Authority on the Knapp Elementary School property as listed per item number 25-13, A through H.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Maniscalco, second by Mr. O'Donnell. Questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Recommend approval of the proposed 2013-2014 North Montco Technical Career Center budget. General fund budget in the amount of $11,011,474. Continuing education fund budget in the amount of $575,720. Food service budget in the amount of $124,665, and production control budget in the amount of $60,000.
Second?
Motion by Mr. Sullivan, Mr. Maniscalco, I'm sorry, second by Mrs. Murphy. Questions or comments? I have one. Keep in mind, this is the entire budget. This is not what we're giving to the VOTEC. In fact, our portion, if I recall correctly, I think went down.
I believe it did,
a little
yes.
bit, and that's a function of enrollment. Okay. Any other questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Recommend approval of change order number GC-10 for Ernest Bach and Son for the North Wales renovations project, at an increased cost of $8,368 as listed per item 26-13, A through B.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Maniscalco, second by Mr. O'Donnell. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Recommend approval of a resolution authorizing the superintendent to use an e-signature with the Pennsylvania Department of Education regarding new master agreements governing the use of state and federal grant money per item number BA-4, A through B.
So moved.
Second?
Motion by Mr. O'Donnell, second by Mrs. Murphy. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Recommend approval of the summer library program for 2013 per item number 27-13.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Maniscalco. We had a tie, but we'll go with Mrs. Murphy as the second. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Recommend approval of the 5 summer school programs for 2013 as listed per item 28-13, A through D.
Motion by Mrs. Leonard. Do I have a second? I've got a second by Mrs. Murphy. Any questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Recommend approval to apply for the Keystones to Opportunity Continuation Grant in anticipation of receiving approximately $1,011,162 for the 2013-14 school year per item 29-13.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Maniscalco, second by Ms. Leonard. Comments or questions? Good luck. Let's keep it going.
Thank you. We're trying.
Any other comments, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Recommend approval of the resolution regarding the corrective action plan for the state audit of 2006-2007 and 2007-2008 per item number BA-5, A through E.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. O'Donnell, second by Mr. Sullivan. Comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Recommend acceptance of the following gifts to the district as listed.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Maniscalco.
Second.
Second by Mr. Sullivan. Comments or questions? All I can say is, wow. You know, thanks.
Thank you very much.
Bridal Path Home and School. Look at Home and School, Home and School, Home and School. I have Home and School here. I mean, fantastic organizations. Thank you very much. Any other comments, questions? I know we all say the same thing. Thank you. But, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Recommend approval of bids per item BA-6, A through F as listed.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. O'Donnell, second by Mr. Maniscalco. Comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Recommend approval of the personnel items as listed in items A through D.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. O'Donnell, second by Mrs. Murphy. Comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Recommend approval of student travel per item BA-10.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Sullivan, second by Mr. Maniscalco. Comments or questions? Good luck, Moody Mega Math Challenge. Sounds great. Manhattan.
Yeah.
All right, second round judging. Okay, let's go, gang. All for it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Recommend approval of contracts per item number BA-11, copies of which are on file in the Office of Business Administration.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. O'Donnell.
Second.
Second by Mrs. Murphy. Comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Recommend approval of alternative placements per item number BA-12, copies of which are on file in the Office of the Director of Special Education.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Maniscalco.
Second.
Second by Mr. Sullivan. Comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Vandalism report is in item BA-13 for your information.
Thank you. Mr. Schock.
Yes, this is the
Finance.
Treasurer's Report for the month of March 2013. Cash receipts during the month totaled $7,552,465.85. Cash disbursements for March totaled $17,559,576.37, leaving total funds available of $88,109,728.68. That's the end of the report.
Thank you, Mr. Schock. Sanction and approval of invoices.
So moved.
I recommend approval of
Did he read it?
disbursements to be sanctioned for the month of March 2013 in the amount of $16,740,277.72, and disbursements to be approved for the month of April 2013 in the amount of $2,163,492.26.
So moved. Oh, you beat me. Oh, okay, good.
Second. Motion by Mr. Sullivan, second by Mr. O'Donnell. We'll flip that one around. That's okay.
I was going to
Any,
remove.
any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Shuck. Any other business this evening?
I just want to remind us that our academic decathlon team is going to Minnesota this weekend, and it's a really big thing, and I think we all wish them good luck.
No doubt about it. They'll be bringing the big trophy home, I'm sure. No other business. Motion to adjourn?
So
So moved. Second. Good night, folks. Thank you very much.